Good morning. Good morning, Patrice Jones. Good morning. You're new, but welcome to the show. Thank you, Benj. Thanks for dropping those gems, stopping by. I got your email. Blessings to you for today, sis. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. One of my gemologists came in early and dropped those gems for me, and thank you. I'll miss you today, but thanks for coming in early, dropping those gems. Oh boy, oh boy. Today I gotta go, it's that work day for me, so we gonna make this quick and sweet. I always say quick and sweet, but then I end up getting stuck here because it's so good. My sister told me, hey, Aurora, good morning, baby. My sister told me something yesterday that I didn't know. She said, when you whistle, that means you calling the devil or the spirit. I didn't know that. Back in the day, they used to whistle all the time, but I ain't know you calling the devil or some spirits. Ooh, no. Hey, that chick from New York. Do my accent sound familiar if you're from New York? Hi, Miss Cookie. How are you? Dropping a little sunshine? Yes. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Positive vibes only. We're going to talk a little bit about a mind, the psychic part of us, the psychic part of us. Okay, we're going to get ready to get this show on the road. New York, you from New York? Do I sound familiar? Do my accent sound familiar? So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Another blessed day because our feet hit the floor. A little cleanup, and then we'll move on to what's going on today. I got a little YouTube news. I'm highly favored. I'm blessed too as well. I have a little YouTube news for us, you guys. But then I want to talk about the execution and your mind, how powerful your mind is. And we got a couple of fun facts. Let me grab those right now as I wait for some other people to come in. I will grab the fun facts. But over here is positive vibes only. We don't do all that beefing. We don't do all that dragging, roasting, nothing like that. We are going places and uplifting and empowering people. Yep, positive vibes only. If you don't have positive vibes, you can run along. So yesterday, I told you I had the new mods, and you can see I have new mods, and they do the work for me. So I didn't know because it's new to me. However, they are on it. So I got two things in my comment section, and I was going to answer them, but I couldn't because my mods had blocked it. Thank you, baby. But I do want you to know something. One of them said, it seems like I always talk about a certain content creator and leave that content creator out of my mouth and blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't always talk about a specific content creator. I always make it general. And if I have something to say about that specific one, I'm going to do just that. And that's just how it is. But I don't get stuck up on that because I'm above the beef. In reference to, I'm here for some of the drama, the beef and all. But again, I told you when it crossed the lines, I bow out. So I'm not just going to pick on anyone. And I'm not going to allow people to disrespect and pick on me. That's all. Then I get another one telling me that I'm spitting venom on certain content creators. and they're crazy, and they will begin to dox me, and they will dox me down to my dog. And I said, okay. But the strangest thing is that content creator has never left a comment. They could have seen my videos, but they have never left a comment on any of my videos, but they felt compelled to tell me about doxing. So they're setting me up, letting me know that the doxing will come. And it's okay, y'all. I'm not going anywhere. Anyone who has been doxed on this YouTube, on these YouTube streets, they're still here, and I'll still be here. See, there's nothing for me to hide, honey. There's nothing. Thank God I have lived a life that I can tell if I wanted to. But it's not your business. But if you're so worried about someone doxing me, and I know you are a doxer because I've been on your platform plenty of times. So I know you are a doxer. So are you sending the threats to me? Trying to put it off on them? If so, you do what you feel you have to do, baby. You do that. I'll still be here waiting. And I'm thinking you're a little upset because I support a certain content creator that you have a beef with. You have an ongoing beef with that content creator. I like who I like. I don't like who I like. So with that being said, baby, you do what you have to do, or whoever feels as though that they have to come after me like that, because I know that's their level of mentality, but I'm here for it. So have a good one doxing me, baby, if that's what y'all want to do. Now, let's get on to some important news. The execution of this gentleman, Nathaniel Woods. Now, you know, they say an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, or whatever. Now, I don't know how many people believe in execution. And sometimes I'm kind of confused with it. But it's not my job to kill anyone for any reason. Now, if you come for me and I feel like I'm being threatened and you bring a harm to me, then I'm going to have to let them fly. I'm going to have to spray you. That's simple. That's how I'm going to protect myself and my family. But for me to go out and just kill someone, I'm just not going to do that. However, it seemed like there's some form of confusion. So let's take a look at this. And I think I got it today, you guys. So hold on. Martin Luther King III got involved with this Nathaniel case. So there seemed to be some kind of confusion whether this guy was guilty for doing the shooting or he wasn't. Another person confessed to it. But watch how this Fox News journalist talked to Martin Luther King III. So hold on. Let me. It's up there now. Let's see if it works, y'all. If it ain't work, I'm mad. Let's see. I'm gonna share it like this, and let's see if we can. And let me know if you hear the audio. Please press 1 if you can hear the audio. Can you hear it? Thank you, Cookie. I know that. Now, he said he confessed. This dude confessed to it. Listen to this, but watch the journalist guy. Can you hear it? Please press 1. Oh, no sound to it. Doggone it. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I think what happens is I can't get it together how to get that sound. But anywho, he was on Fox News platform and the guy kept asking, well, what makes you think that the guy is innocent? But Martin Luther King was saying he wasn't an attorney, so he's not arguing that part. He's just saying that this guy he didn't have good legal representation. And then a guy admitted, and you won't take this guy admitting to being a trigger man, but you want to execute this guy. And they let the execution go through. Now, that's where I have a problem with the death penalty at. Because, again, I told you they make things appear as if they are true to us. Now, we really don't know if that guy was the trigger man or the guy who confessed. Unfortunately, they executed him yesterday. The governor would not stop the execution, and he would not let them bring forth new attorneys with new evidence to prove that Nathaniel Woods did not kill the cops. But that happens a lot. You know, a lot of minorities are falsely accused and imprisoned. And instead of us focusing on stuff like that, we focus on worrying about doxing Lady T. They weren't about doxing Mz.Teavalocity instead of focusing on this guy, helping this guy to prove his innocence if he was innocent. That's where our energy should go. Not on doxing these little people, but helping other people who need our help and who need our voices. That's what we should worry about, but you worried about the wrong thing. So I don't know. I feel bad if he was executed. I don't know. You know that I don't know. It just confuses me because sometimes I think, yes, people need to really be harshly penalized for the crimes they commit. But then a lot of times it's people who really don't commit harsh crimes that's harshly penalized. Yeah, that's right. You know, for some of these petty crimes. It seems like they will imprisonate us quicker, African Americans, than they do Caucasians. We don't get a fair trial. Sometimes we don't get fair legal representation because we can't afford those things. So, you know, in reality, the prosecutor and the defendant works together. They go to lunch together and they already have in their mind what the outcome is going to be. And that's sad, but it's true. When you can't afford good attorneys, you get yourself in a bind. And I mean, it's a no-win case for you, really, because you don't have the good legal representation. But it happens all the time, you guys. It happens all the time. Somehow we have to step up and get involved with a lot of this stuff. I tell you, I don't get out there and march and do all that stuff. I really don't. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm out there on the front line. However, I try to voice, I try to let my voice be heard in the areas that's when it's needed, where it's needed. So that's that. Unfortunately, that happened yesterday. They didn't stop the execution. I just pray that they did the right thing, because whether we know it or not, we have to answer for everything we do. We might not have to answer on this side, but we'll have to answer on the other side, you know, for those who believe. I believe so. And then I had some YouTube news. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Miss Tracy, make sure you take that video down with the words to Juicy, because they will flag your video and it won't get monetized because it's copyright infringement. And you're Biggie, because I did that on a video when I was talking about Biggie and Tupac and all, and they sent me a message that they won't monetize my channel. You know, that the money would go to the people who I did the copyright infringement on. So I sent you a comment, Treese. You know, I did, just to let you know that, because I played that same song and I know what happened to me. So just giving you a heads up, sis. YouTube news. I don't know if you guys follow these people. Yesterday, I was running through these streets. You know, I had the day off after I bowled and stuff. And I ran into Sean Bradley's live with Wiley and Jay Wilson. You know, you could say what you want about Jay Wilson, and I told you he's probably not my favorite content creator, and I really don't have anything against him like that. You know, that it would cause disdain in my mouth like that. However, It was so crazy. I don't know if you guys follow them. Go over there and take a look at Sean Bradley. But anywho, Wiley was unhinged. You know, he said he's on medication and he was shaking his medication bottles. I think he should have taken his medication. He just ambushed Jay Wilson and he was cursing. He cussed up a storm. And that's like my second time ever really seeing Wiley do. It was like two different people. His morning show is mellow and informative. A lot of times he has a good morning show, but because he have caused so much heartache on these YouTube streets, he's a hated man as well. You know, like some of the other content creators. When you stir up a bunch of crap on these streets. But boy, it was wild. It was just going so wild. I just was like, whoa, you know. But Jay Wilson, he tends to try to attack you the intellectual way. And everybody can't handle that. I know he's into roasting and gagging, but he comes at you somewhat intellectually that is hard for you. If you can't get with him intellectually wise, it's hard for you to deal with him. And Wiley knew those bullets was going to come in that manner. So he just commenced to cussing Jay Wilson out. And then they were saying some really nasty, foul stuff. So it kind of turned you off. But that was fun. And I told you the subbies are still being exploited, you know, on all these platforms, but that's what they do. They told me I got in the beef sector. I knew what this sector was. And when they start doxing me, they gonna dox me down to my dog if I don't keep my venom off those two content creators. I was going, oh wow, really? Really? Okay, you do what you think is necessary. So I got that little thread. Rita the Baddest Roaster. She came on for a little bit. And I think she's working on some of her stuff. She might have had an intro song, but for some reason I couldn't hear it. But she's back to doing her parodies. Woo. Wow. I don't know, y'all. That Spill It boy, James Caldwell, is I just don't want to get on his bad side. I just don't want to go up against him because I'm not a roaster. I'm not a dragger. I'm not all that, you know. But boy, oh boy, I tell you, Spill It boy, you are something else, mother. Yeah. I think I would just let that go. Like they said, a beef is short term. This exceeds a beef now between him and another content creator. It's exceeding a beef now. This is a vendetta against each other, and let them handle it. I'm out of it. Now, I ran because everybody was talking about Miss Gina, Queen of Talks, and I don't normally go on her platform, but I do want to take something that she was talking about and talk about it Monday. We'll move that into Monday because today we're doing a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And a lot of us on here are minimizing our creativity and our intellect to be part of this sector. But I didn't come here to be a beefer. Like I told you, I landed here. My reason is being known. Is not to be a beefer. So if that's what you want from me, to keep going up against people to beef with them, I'm not going to do it, honey. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to lower my standards again. Anywho, lady, this Miss Gina, Queen of Talks, she have beef with people. That's her business. However, she talked about good touch and bad touch, teaching your kids from the very beginning, good touch and bad touch. And that's very important because we talked about exploitation and sexuality when those kids was doing the dance. We talked about that. So we're going to tap more on that on Monday. But let's talk about the mind, because I read this morning, and it is it's strange. No, it's not strange. It's very informative. I'm sorry, not strange. So I'm going to tell you 20 things about the mind. I thought it was good. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. It's so much that come across this. So now, these are 20 facts about your mind, and then we'll talk about them. So one, the brain actually feels rejected as a physical pain. So it rejects physical pain. Hold on. I'm letting it go. Let me take the music off. Your mind can sense someone staring at you even when you sleep. Now, that's true. I know you guys have felt that because I feel when people are staring at me, period, awake or asleep. Memory works best between 8 to 12 a.m. and after 9 p.m. Worst of all, right after lunch. Now, I found that interesting, but I could kind of relate to probably why. Unexpected phone calls and texts can instantly improve a person's mood and state of mind. Depending on what the text is, that could be true. We can only sustain a high level of concentration for 45 minutes. I could believe that because that's why classes are broken up into that time frame in school. Your sense of smell is the sense which is best attracted to your memory, attached to your memory. Okay, that's what's up. Your sense of smell. I have a keen sense of smell. Hearing your name being called when no one has actually called your name is likely a sign of a healthy mind. Most of us would think we going crazy if that happened, but it says a sign of a healthy mind. Writing negative thoughts and tossing them in the trash improves your mood. We need to work on that. Write the negative thoughts and toss them out. When you have a crush on someone, your brain overlooks and ignores the flaws of that person, causing them to appear perfect. That's a fact. Now, that's a fact, and we all know that. Talking to yourself can make your brain work more efficiently. I talk to myself. My mom says it's okay to talk to yourself, just don't answer. People with creative minds tend to have harder times falling asleep at night. Boy, a lot of us have insomnia, and now we know why. And it seems like you always thinking of something before you fall asleep. Our brains wanders for about 30% of the day. That's interesting. Wanders. Now, wander off. Think about it. If a person tries to remember something but still continues to look in the eye, be sure you are deceived. That was interesting. Daydreaming is good for your brain. I know a lot of us daydream. I daydream. We get stuck somewhere throughout the day. So I daydream. The human mind only maintains complete trust once on each person. Once broken is never the same. Now, we could believe that. Once somebody break your trust, it'll never be the same. I don't care how much you say you could forgive. A person's memory is able to save 90% of what he does, 50% of what he sees, and 10% of what you hear. Learning new things change your brain and increase your intelligence, even if you're older. So, according to research, bilingual brains are better at ignoring distractions and are generally more efficient. Bilingual. Our brains are just as active during sleep as they are when we're awake. Having positive thought increases your brain ability to make better decisions. Let's just stop there. Now, it says having positive thoughts increase your brain's ability to make better decisions. That's an important statement too. And you look at it and you see when you're looking at just all around us in general, our brains and our mind is very powerful. And what we take into our minds can make or break us, can make us a positive person or a negative person. That's why they say when someone is mentally attacking you is worse than physically attacking you. And I could believe that because they are attacking your self-esteem and they're beating you down. So I can believe that. And that's what people do. That's what they do on here. So let me tie it in. So now that you thought, you told me you was going to dox me and all that stuff. Now you think I'm supposed to focus on that and stop bringing my truth. Because now you think you're about to play with my mind by showing whatever you think you could show about me. Now you think you're about to play with my mind. But how come you can't beat me at my level? Why do it have to be bringing in people, family members, jobs and stuff like that? Why can't you just get on here and beat me with your mouth? Because you know why? A lot of times people on this YouTube street, when they doing all this beef and all that stuff, they can't rise above cussing. Mhm. They got some nasty mouths, and I told you, you witnessed mine as well. So you can't rise above that. So now you think because I'm going to ignore you that way, you're going to get to me. And I was warned. I was warned by Spill It Boy. He broke it down by warning how they go about it, because my truth is being heard and I'm getting noticed. So now you want to try to bring harm to me. You worried about somebody else. I've never said anything to you. So what is your problem with me? See, we mind everybody else's business, and that's our problem. We should focus on stuff that's going to help us grow, that's going to benefit us. Sitting on here talking about me and everybody and their mama is not benefiting you now. You wasting your time. You making a whole clown show of yourself. You are. You should utilize your brain for something better. Don't worry about little Mrs. T over here and her crew. We're fine. We're okay. You're not going to stop me. And when I do go, remember, this is a journey. This is my beginning. See, wherever God takes me at, he's going to equip me. And if he equip me, then I'm going to be powerful. And that's probably what you're afraid of. Are you afraid that I don't sit down and beef with somebody every day? And this is supposed to be the beef sector? Is that what you're afraid of? Because I've never done anything to you, the person who left me the comment. But thanks to my mod, she blocked it. She did. But I saw it. So I've never done anything to you. And if I'm not mistaken, you've done a lot to those people. You have a beef with them. So why put me into it? That person doesn't say anything to me. The other person doesn't say anything to me. So why would you bring yourself into it? I'm not here for that, baby. Go somewhere else with that nonsense. We're not here for that. We're here now to talk about positive vibes and the brain. Our brain is so powerful. You know, I'm not a psychologist, but I do know that from my endurance of what goes on in our lives every day in real life, not on this YouTube, in these YouTube streets, what goes on, it affects us. It affects us when somebody tell us that we're ugly, we stupid, we're dumb, we're not going to be worth anything. You ain't S, your kids ain't S, your mama ain't S, your dog ain't S, you ain't worth nothing, nobody gonna want you. You know, you might as well stay with me. Then we get caught up believing that because somebody is feeding that into your mind and your spirit every day that you're not worth you're not worth what you think you're worth. You're worth more than that and more. But that person sees that you know you are a valuable person and you worth more, so they want to beat you down. It happens in families, it happens in marriages, just relationships, it happens on the jobs. Oh, yeah, it happens in school. In your everyday life, someone is trying to beat you down. I don't care how nice you are, someone has something bad to say about you. Come on now. Come on. So they'll try to attack you because a lot of times you can't go with me toe to toe physically. I can assure you that. No, I'm not tough. I'm not, but I'm going to protect myself. And I've been doing a good job at it for my age. I have. But you could try to beat me down mentally because you can't beat me physically, but you're going to attack me mentally. And then once somebody attack you mentally, they're destroying who you are. You begin to believe you ain't worth nothing. You begin to believe you a B. We just said that B word yesterday. We just dealt with that. You are right calling yourself a B because somebody had mentally put that into you. And now you believe you're a bad B. Whoever uses that term, not just one person, whoever uses that term, I done heard it over and over and over again. I'm a bad B. I'm a this. I'm the bee of all bees. Because somebody have told you and you have ingested that into your system that you are a bee. Your mind. They're playing with your mind. They're controlling your mind. That's what they're doing. And they're going to continue to beat you if you weak. If you can't arise above what a person says about you, they're going to continue to beat you down mentally by calling you names and knocking your self-esteem down. That's what they do. That's an assault. Yeah, that's an assault too. That's on an attack on your mentality. And we have, I know what I want to say, but I don't. But anywho, a lot of these people have mental issues. And they're fighting mental issues every day. Some people get help by therapy and medication, and some people don't. So when you come and you just continue to beat, you are chipping away at somebody. You are chipping away at somebody's mental status. Because your mind is that powerful. If you use your mind in an intellectual way, you can overcome a lot of stuff. You can overcome physical illness, and I bet you guys probably don't believe that. But you can. That's how powerful your mind is. So I said that to say a lot. Your mind is powerful. Don't let nobody take your mind. Don't let nobody blow your self-esteem. Feel good about who you are, no matter what's going on in your life. Dress up yourself, go outside, dress up your mind, and keep going. Because they're trying to destroy you by destroying your mind, by calling you all these names. They call you so many names, you don't even know which way to turn sometimes. They got you calling yourself names, derogatory names. Yeah, you don't even know it. Because in your mind now, you've been called it so much and it's been acceptable. You say it's a positive name. It's not. Because these people are getting to your mind. I'm not talking about one person. So don't come in here thinking that I'm picking or I'm saying one. I'm talking about all of us. All of us. A lot of us are dressed up messes. And mentally, we're hurting. Mentally and spiritually, and sometimes physically, we're hurting. So you need to make sure you strengthen your mind, whatever form or fashion you do it in. Read a book, meditate, do yoga, do something to strengthen your mind for the attacks that's about to come. Because we are about to get, we're in a warfare, you guys. We're in a warfare, whether you know it or not. And they're going to come at us left and right. And you have to be mentally sharp to deal with it. You have to be mentally sharp to deal with it. So whatever you do it for yourself to increase your brain activity and to increase your intellect, that you don't have to come on here and just cuss folks out. You just have to cuss folks out because you don't know any other vocabulary. So you minimize yourself by just using all those MF. That's what you do. Step up your game. We need to step up our game. We need to know how to talk. Now, I'm not the best orator. I tell you that. I don't always articulate well, but I know I could roll with the best of them because I know that. I know how to code switch. I know how to code switch. I know how to listen and learn. So I could roll with the best of them. I could sit and have a conversation about sports, politics, health, finances, education, science, anything. I can do that because I've been around the world to learn different things. Plus, I've been in different situations where I had to act accordingly. So I know how to do that. I can I can be a lady of not so kind words, and I could be a lady of encouragement, you know, and that's what I'm here for. So I'm not gonna beef y'all. Don't worry about it. I don't have long today, but I am I'm gonna stick around for a minute. But let's see. Oh, and they were saying there's a difference between your left brain and your right brain. I know that, and I know that I do know that creativity take place just when your body is a lot relaxed before you go to sleep. If you notice, you think about 100 things you could do, 100 things you could create, and everything. 100 things just start running through your mind before you shut down and go to sleep. That happens all the time to me. And even when I was studying in school, and I had the hardest time writing, you guys, I just hate to write papers. I don't like school. Bottom line, I got through it, but I don't like it. But you have the hardest time. And so every time I knew I had a paper, I would procrastinate. Now, my daughter wrote papers for college. My daughter's a beast at writing. She stay up and she could write a 30, 40, 50 page paper that night and get up and go to school the next day and work or whatever. She's a beast at it. Me, I'm a procrastinator. So before I could even get started, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? And you know, they always hit you first in college, first English class. They hit you with, tell me a little bit about yourself. And I go, oh my gosh. They do it for the jobs too. Yep. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, I know a lot about myself, but that's just a tough question sometimes to put into words on a piece of paper. So I was a big procrastinator. And then I just was all over the place, all over the place. I never forget on one of my first English classes that I took, no, actually, it was my sociology class. Sociology class. I wrote a paper. The lady, when she gave me back the paper, she had so many red marks and circled and told me I need to go back to elementary English or English 101. I was so hurt. I was devastated. From that point on, I made sure I knew how to write. My sister tell you in here, I write, don't I, baby? Tell them I could write. And I make sure I document everything. And I tell my sister and my kids that anybody I come in contact with, whatever goes on your job or in life that you think you're going to need a backup for, or you're going to have to present something to state your case for whatever reason, make sure you document. Carry a little book, and document it. Even if you go into your employer for some type of counseling, document it. Document at that point in time, if you can, in the counseling, and they give you, yeah, you can write, and document it. So you have a good ground to stand on when you present a case for anything, make sure it's documented. So I'm a writer. Yeah, but at first I didn't like it. So I went back after she told me and she had marked. I felt so bad because I was probably the third black person in the class, and then I was amongst these young people. So I was like, anyway, so I went back and I learned to cluster. I said, okay, cluster everything, and then you'll know how to write and how to transition, what transition words for noun, pronouns, and all that. Because I hadn't been in school, so I had to go way back because we don't always talk like that. See, and you write the way you talk. And the majority of times, we just talk and it runs together. And we just talking, and not paying attention. But when you write, it's different. It's different. So I had to learn, but it was a tough one. So I hated English, but you have to take several English and writing courses to get to the degree I was trying to get to. But that's that. But we was talking about that. But yeah, I'm not a school person. I really don't like it, and I don't like writing. But it is what it is. We have to. You have to know how to deal with people too on their level. On their level sometimes. And in school, a lot of times you have professors, that can't come down to your level. They always teach it on this high level. My anatomy and physiology teacher, he had been there and he had been teaching for like 25 years, you guys. And this guy could not break it down for us to understand. because he always taught at a high level. And I'm like, Jesus, can't he just make it simple? Put it in layman terms so we can understand it and pass this class? Because they are one of the hardest classes if you ever have to take them. They're hard. Hey, bench thinker. Oh, yeah, I forgot, baby. You're gone. You was dropping gems. That's early. But anywho, so make sure that when you talk to people, you could talk to them on their level. Even in your beefing, you guys, even in beefing, you can intellectually beat someone. But see, they'll get so mad. They'll get so mad at you because they can't come to your level. So they'll start cussing you out, calling you all kinds of names instead of trying to intellectually fight with you. That's hard to do when you don't have that mentality. See? So we need to sharpen our minds sometime. So I'm going to read a couple of my chat, some of my chat. Thanks to the newcomers, whoever came on. I did get some subscribers. I get subscribers every day. New subbies. I appreciate that. In this, on my platform and on my channel, positive vibes only. We don't do all that dragging. So if you hear thinking that if someone's name was in my description, it wasn't for me to drag them. So you're not going to get a bunch of junk here. So I suggest probably you go over where you know where that stuff is being done. We don't do that here. We just don't do that here. And I'm not going to let you, no matter what you do to me, whomever, you're not going to back me against the wall for me to come out fighting like I did last time. No one will do that again. Thank you, Jesus. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Miss Cookie. Everybody just saying good morning. Thank my gemologist on duty, that chick from New York. My gemologist, I have one gemologist on duty. I did have someone else. I have two other people in mind. Good morning, Miss Cookie Singletary. From New York, too? All right, girl, we rock. Hello, everyone. Oh, that's my mod. I sound the same way. What do you mean, baby? Positive? Yes, ma'am. Positive vibes only. Good morning, beautiful people. Hey, Reed, how are you? I'm here listening while getting dressed. I already like you. Thank you, Reed. Thank you. Like when I can't. Thank you, Reed. You already liked it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. I just want to read some of this. But my gemologists, I don't know them personally, but I can tell you they some bad mamas, baby. They some bad. I was so busy and good looking out. I don't know which one. I can't think of which one that blocked it. But I was so busy trying to answer this subby who was out here windmilling for one of her content creators, and it kept saying cannot go through. And I was in my car. Good morning, Captivating. I was in my car. So I hurried up and ran in the house because, boy, I wanted to get down and answer this person because I think you perceived me wrong, baby. And if you are here today, go look back at the video. Nobody was talking, and I don't always talk. But if that's your perception of me, you might not want to be here. Yeah, I know. I took that off. I'm late. I'm running behind here. Facts. Yeah. So we need to sharpen our mental, intellectual intelligence. Look, we need to really work on that every day, you guys. And we need to use our voices to be powerful so it can be heard. And we need to work in unity. We need to move differently now. But in order for us to move differently, and act accordingly in that realm, we have to sharpen our mental state. Because you can't fight with those people. See, they done went to Harvard, they went to all those big law schools and everything. So we gonna have to learn to sharpen our mental intellect so we could deal with them. And when we get in front of them, we not looking like Jack, you know. Hey, Keish. That's my mom. It got crazy last night, sis. That was crazy. That was crazy. But let me tell you about Wiley. I follow Wiley sometimes. His morning shows are really nice and informative. They really are. I think what happens is he takes his meds in the morning, and I think Redbone, you would know, or somebody else, somebody, because I think we on the same level. And he let his meds wear off and don't take that come down, that other med to make him focus and be mellow, and he just goes haywire because his morning show is very informative. But Wiley is our shock jock here. You know, everybody have to have one. You got a female shock jock, Tasha K, and you got a male shock jock, Wiley. And you could get something from both of them. I like both of them. Yeah, he was telling it all, but it started from the day's conversation, catch the day conversation, to see why Wiley was but Wiley was sounding kind of thank you. Look what someone said. Thank you, Redbone. That's one of my mods, my gemologists. Oh, if you saw it, Aurora Monroe, and I know you be around, it was just something else. I just happened to turn on, you know, to listen to Sean Bradley because I was coming home from bowling and I was trying to wind down. And I said, well, let me check out Sean Bradley because I know he's working on a reality show and stuff. And then I like hearing him sometimes. I go around, you guys, and I take out the good and leave the bad. You know, and you don't have to be upset because I like someone you don't like, baby. It's okay. I can like whomever I like. Every time I try to give Ed Wally a show, I know, but it's I know, Cookie, but he's a shock jock. And remember, he tells you he have a mental illness. And I believe it's true. Like I said, I think he take his medicine in the daytime. And normally when it wears off, depending on which one, he's supposed to take another one to mellow it out so he can focus. And I don't think he takes that. He is the shock jock, y'all. He's the shock jock. Let him be a shock jock. Take the good and leave the bad. Hey, Queen Diva. Good morning, baby. I didn't hear from you this morning. Hi, Teach Learn. Good to see you as well. So I have spoken to everyone because they are weak and they can't. They have to fight dirty. Yeah, and that's what bothers me. Because why would you come over here? I've never done anything to you, dude. I've never even mentioned your name. And you gonna come over here and tell me basically, remember, is what you don't say I hear, that you're gonna dox me. That's what I got out of it. If I'm wrong, you could write me back and correct my wrong. But that's what it sounds like to me. You wasn't worried about those people doxing me. It sounds like because you don't like a person that I like, and I spoke highly of that person, and you got an ill will with that person, you want to come for me now. Just leave me out of y'all mess, baby. Leave me out of your mess. They are going to dox the right person. You know what? Let me tell you something. Thank you, Redbone. Keep it moving with the BS, period. Period. Keep it moving with the BS, period. Let me tell you something. These people say they live this place, live that place, and you doxing this place. But remember, you can move anywhere. You can move anywhere at any given time. You don't know. Your job could take you somewhere. Your family want to take you somewhere. You never know who's in your neck of the woods, and you never know what mental state a person is at. And they don't just come for you. I'm telling you, and I said this last week because I see too much of it. They spray. And what I mean by spraying, they and they don't care who they hit. And why would you be so foolish to be on YouTube creating beef and causing any kind of harm, hurt, or danger to someone? Why would that sit well in your soul if you have a soul? Why would that sit well? You guys better stop that. You never know who you're going to run up with. And I don't think this YouTube is worth my life, my real life. This is my reality YouTube life. Hey, Beautiful Ashes. The 5G radiation is not good either. Let me look that up, baby. What are you talking about, Beauty? Break that down for me. You know, sometimes I miss the chat. Yes, verbal abuse is terrible, man. It's terrible. Oof. You know what? Everybody has a story, but I'm going to leave that if you hear it long enough. Yeah, you're going to start to believe. You're going to start to believe if somebody say that, oh, I'm no good. I'm not worth it. Oh, ain't nobody going to want me. And that's why women have a hard time getting into a relationship, because that baggage from abuse we take along with us. So we put up this defense that even when a good man come along, and y'all, now put a one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Even if a good man or woman come along, you don't know how to treat them. You don't know how to receive that love because you have been mentally beaten down. Mentally. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. Hey, Miss Donna. I hear you is long enough to start to believe it. Yeah, that's what happened. That's my mom. Hey, Queen Diva. Love you, sis. Okay. Happy Friday. It's the weekend, but it's not the weekend for me. I had my weekend was Wednesday and Thursday, but I love my job. I love what I do, so I'm okay. That's real stuff. Women get beat down so bad by men, and men get so beat down by women too. You know, it's never okay for you to call me derogatory names. It's okay for you to call me your queen, your everything, your princess, whatever you want to call me. That's sweet. It's okay, but it's never okay for you to call me your B, your hoe, your all that other stuff. That's never okay. And when someone does it so long to you and they break you down, you're not good for the next person if you didn't deal with, you know, if you didn't deal with what was happening to you then. You surely can't go into a relationship now and try to make it a healthy relationship. You've been beat too bad. You've been beat too bad. Blessing. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Renee. Hey, Donna. Okay, that's Queen Donna. That's my mom. Put the whole armor of God on. I'm going to try. I know they about to get me. See, because one thing about the devil, see, and I told you, is mentally. They trying to get in my mind and they sending threats and they writing all these bad comments, think it's going to move, shake, or rock me. It's not. I am built for tough. I've been through a lot. I don't look like what I've been through. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I'm going to say. I don't look like what I've been through, but I'm surviving. I told you I'm built for tough, so they do what they want to do. The brain is like an iceberg. Many are unaware of the, okay, my sister would say, put my glasses, the true size of it. And for many, its true functions often remain hidden. Yeah, but you know what? We have to stimulate it. We have to stimulate our brain. Yeah, we have to. And because we don't, and we waste it on bull crap like what's in here sometimes, we're not able to stimulate our mind to do positive things and to think positive things because we're filling it up with junk. So it's very small. Let me see. Oh, and they said a men's men brains are 10% bigger than women's. Ooh. Oh, your brain is more active. Yep. The brain. I did that, but they say men brains are bigger than women brains. So I don't know. A queen never comes off a throne. I'm not gonna let them do it, baby. See, I'm gonna show them the difference between a queen and what they call themselves. Hey, Kay, I didn't see you coming. So that's it. But yeah, we need to make sure we do something, and we need to make sure that our voices are heard in a positive way. To get out there and curse people out, you know, because something is happening wrong, the first thing a person gonna do is throw up a defense barrier. You could tell me anything. I told you I would appreciate if every one of you who's in my chat and who's a gem to make sure you tell me what, you know, you tell me what you want me to know, but please always be respectful about it. That's all I ask of you. I can take correction. I can take criticism, good or bad. I learn from it, and that's how I grow. And I have a lot of growing to do, believe it or not. So that's all I've ever asked of anyone in here who comes in my chat. Private, positive vibes only. We're going places, baby. And we're not going on the train wreck that I took a seat in at first. I jumped off because I don't want to be in that beef. I don't want to do all that garbage. And I am now the captain of my own ship. And we sailing in here, baby. And they ain't gonna like that because everybody don't want to do good. Some people are stuck in the rut mentally, physically, and spiritually of bad. But we're not having that here. Good morning, Queen Nikki. An excellent read for women that have been emotionally abused is The Father-Daughter Talk by R.C. Blake. Did y'all see that? I'll leave that up there for a minute, Teach and Learn. Thank you. Thank you. An excellent read. Hey, you know what? We all can learn. And sometime we probably, if you guys want to, It might come across corny or whatever, but maybe we could read a book together, watch a show together, and come and break it down. Queen Diva keep asking me to watch Us on Netflix. If you heard of Us on Netflix, please put a 1 in the chat, because she wants me to watch that. I wanted to do this, and I'll tell you why I wanted to do this. I wanted to actually watch these 3 shows. I don't know if I told you before, and probably I have, but hear it again. I want to watch Married at First Sight, 90 Day Fiance, and Love After Lockup. I had a sister come on here, and she's here, but she's been working the graveyard shift, so she hasn't been catching my live because she sleep. But you know who you are. And we was having a conversation one night. I used to come on late after I get off work, and we were talking about relationships. And I was like, how could you marry somebody in jail? Or how can you be with someone in jail and they come out and abuse you or whatever, or you've been abused by, and you stay with them? And she broke her story. She told me, she said, Miss T, I'm that person. I was like, what? She said, yeah. She said, I committed a crime with my baby's father, or my children's father, and went to jail for it. She went to jail for it. And when she came out, and she stayed with him, and she said she wanted to share it on my platform. However, I haven't been able to catch up with her because I come on in the mornings now, and I think she's working the opposite shift that I work in when I come on. But she said she was willing to come on here because I said, hey, I said, you want to talk about that? I said, why did you stay with him? And then she was saying for her kids, for her children. And some women get stuck there, you guys, thinking they doing what's best for their children. But it's not good if your child sees somebody physically and mentally abuse you, because that carries over to your children. How can you raise healthy, loving, caring children when someone is abusing you? But your children don't know that you're being abused, and you're doing what you think you're doing to protect them. And then when they grow up, you'll see how it really affected them. And that happens in some of these cases. You know, and she said she was going to come on. So she hit me up yesterday about something else. So I'm going to ask her if she want to come on one day, and we'll talk about it on a platform. Because she said she wanted to, how she survived that, and how she continued to have relationships with the person she has stabbed up several times and went to jail for. And I think the sister come out, according to our conversations, you know, on here, I think she came out and she's doing well for herself. I think so. I think God gave her another chance. Aurora, that film traumatized me. What? She said the film traumatized her. Thank you, Redbone. Yes, we are selling it. So we are selling it here, and I love it. And I love it. Oh, I can't sing. I can't remember the word. Like they say, it's not what you say, it's how you say. Right. Delivery is everything, but so is perception. See, that's why I said we have to know how to code switch. You know, code switch. The brother broke it down. He didn't go too into it. He was on Captivating Christian. But code switch. Like, we need to know how to talk to people. As soon as you open your mouth and say something, people perception is everything. From that point is what they perceive. And if we don't know how to talk, and we can't rise above some of the vocabulary that we use, then we have a problem. Because soon as you open your mouth, they'll know whether you are ignorant or intelligent. And whatever you say, they will perceive it in that realm. That's just facts, Jack. Is a fact. Watch what you say. Even if you approach somebody, and you know, I know a couple of people, and I've had counseling too. I have counseling, but again, I was prepared, and I beat them with documentation in my mouth. That's how I did it. I didn't go in there cussing. I didn't go up there mad. I didn't go in there hooping and hollering. I just remained calm, allowed the lady to tell me what she was going to do to me, and then it was my time to tell her, no, that's just not going to happen here. And it didn't. Praise God, it didn't. Yeah, girl, we're going first class. Yes, we are. Oh, what? Yes, a book club. I think we could do a little book club too. We could set these days, you guys. Like I said, listen, if I'm in the wrong sector, I'm sorry. I'm just going to stay here. But we're going to continue to do what we do over here. And as we grow, we'll grow. And if we stay at 451 subbies, that's fine. Who cares? We're doing we're doing what we want to do, and we're moving and going places. Yep. Okay, so this something at breakfast. It was confusing to me, and I saw it more than once. Now Get Out was good, and I understood. You know what? I'm not a TV buff, and I'm not a movie buff, you guys. So if something was suggested to me, and I know that we're going to come back and talk about it, and because listen, we all understand different. At one point I used to read and didn't comprehend. I'm like, oh, I'm reading all these words. They run together. And then they say, well, up now, class, what do you think? And I was like, And see, I've always been smart in elementary school. Oh, yeah, I was really smart. That college gave me a run for my money because I had took a break in school, excuse me. And, they really don't teach us. See, in the area I was in, they taught their people. So this little black girl had to sit there and learn. And it was tough because they hadn't even taught me the stuff that they were teaching me. So when I went to college, I wasn't prepared. I just wasn't prepared. Because again, they teach different in their area. And here's a little black girl in their area. And these young kids got it. And these people sitting in this room, they have been taught above their grade levels. And I hadn't been. So I had a hard time. I love Get Out. Okay. So I never watched none of these movies y'all talking about. Life in the death is in the power of the tongue. We must govern our conversation at all times. We do. And I'm working so hard on that. And we should work hard on it. Because what you say, remember, you can never take back. You can never take back. And see, here's the deal. Here's the deal, you guys. This was really going on. When you say something to somebody and you hurt them and break them down, you'll never have that person trust. They will never, never love you the same. Never. They could stay with you 30 or 40 years when we're talking about in a relationship. They could stay with you. They will never love you the same. Nope. They'll never love you the same. Now they say they forgave you, but they never forgot what you did to them. And every opportunity they get to let you know when you get ready to beat them down again, they're going to let you know is a very unhealthy relationship. We live in some unhealthy relationships. Oh, thank you. I'll leave that up, Redbone. If you're someone you know are in a domestic. Yep. I'm going to tell you, I always got a story. So I had a really good girlfriend, and her boyfriend he was married to his wife for 30 some years, and she died of cancer. And so he took on my girlfriend and her family. He started going with my girlfriend and her family, right? We all in church, y'all. And this was in church. We all in church, and we traveled together. They were my friends. We traveled together. Okay. So anywho, we traveled together, and hold on, let me take this off the screen. I'm going to take it off the screen. So hold on. I'll just put that up there. So we traveled together, and he started going with this girl, and then she didn't want to be bothered with him anymore. But now remember, he had been with his wife, and he had taken care of his wife to his dying days, and he was in love with his wife and his family, and he did well for himself. So he ended up going with her, helping her take her daughter, helping her raise her kids, financially, and being there for them. In fact, we all helped her send her daughter to college because she had a job, and we all pitched in to help her to get the job done to make sure she had extra money in that reference, right? So they start breaking apart. Now we done traveled and everything, but now in my mind, I see this girl is moving differently because we used to be close. But then I start seeing her getting close to this other couple. And then she started traveling with them. So she started pulling apart from him. And it started driving him crazy, y'all. It started driving him crazy because he didn't know what had happened. So he started drinking more, and he started calling me more. Like, sis, this is wild, y'all. Listen to this. Sis, I don't know why she ain't answering my calls. I think she using me. I think she with somebody else. She running with so and so. I think she cheating on. And I kept saying, bro, don't worry, Freddie. Just don't worry. Don't worry about it. I said, you a good brother. You got a lot going for you. I said, I noticed she had pulled away from you a little bit. I said, but maybe y'all could go to counseling, because he wanted to marry her and all that. I said, maybe you guys could go to counseling and work it out and stuff. I said, bro, but don't worry so much, because now I see him drinking more and more. And I see that it's becoming like a cancer is eating at him. Him not wanting to be with her. Then he get a hold of her going with this girl's cousin, because they start running together, right? So she start going with this girl's cousin. So she break away from us. Now she comes to church, but I noticed she don't sit with us that much. And we all had jobs at the church. I had a job at the church too. And so I noticed her even pulling away from me, because when you got a girlfriend, they call you every day a lot of times and y'all chat every day. But that had died down. So I was watching her move, but I was also keeping my eye on him, how it was driving him crazy. So one day he called me like 3 days prior to this. So follow me. 3 days prior to this, he called me. He said, sis, he said, yeah, and I could hear that he had no, he called me. In fact, no, don't let me lie. He had been calling me, telling me, and I'm like, don't worry about it, Freddie. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, baby. Just let her go. If you want to go to counseling, I said, other women out there, you're going to be all right. If you want to go to counseling and get you help, I said, just let her go, Freddie. I said, this is really consuming you. It's driving you crazy. And he was like, yeah, because I helped her and I helped her daughter and I helped her mama. And then he started talking all that. So he calls me one night and I didn't answer the phone, but he leaves a message. He says, sis, I'm at such and such a place and I want you to come meet me. But I could hear that he was intoxicated. But now remember, he had been calling me every day, basically. And this was worrying him. So I said, oh, God, I'm glad. I said, no, I ain't going there, because he sound like he crazy. Because I told you it was eating him up like a cancer, that this girl didn't want him. And he felt as though, he kept saying, sis, I just feel as though she just used me. Her mama used me. Her kids used me. Sis, you even helped us. And I was like, don't worry about it. Come on, baby. You're a good man. Don't worry. You're a good man. Maybe it's not for y'all now. And I'm just trying to talk to him. So he calls me this one time and he leaves this message. 3 days later, I get off my night shift. I come home, get on the computer, and ring, 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 and it's him. And I said, hey, bro, what's going on? He said, I just killed her. I said, what? I said, hold up. This the God's truth, God. I said, you just killed her. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah. I said, how I know? I said, how you know you killed her, baby? I said, what made you do that? He said, because I kept stabbing and stabbing her and stabbing her, and people were screaming and blood was gushing over everywhere. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I'm positive, sis. She did. I said, oh my gosh. I said, I just can't believe it. You just couldn't leave it alone. He said, yeah. He said, and don't look for me, sis. He said, because you'll never find me. They'll never find me. I'm going to call you back later. And he hung up the phone. I said, oh, shucks. He killed her. What should I do? So I called my pastor. In fact, I called my minister. If you go to church, you have a minister who over you and stuff like that. So I called my minister. And I said, Deacon Wright. I said, oh, my gosh. Freddie just said he killed her. He said, what, sis? I said, Freddie just called me and told me that he killed you know who. He said, oh, no, sis. Are you? I said, yes. So the deacon got off the phone. He called the job, because remember, Freddie told me that everybody was screaming in blood and he just kept stabbing and stabbing and stabbing at her. And he said blood was everywhere. So he knew that he had killed her? Now check this out. She's on the phone talking to the dude she was cheating with on him while he's stabbing her. And all the dude on the phone heard is her screaming, don't, stop. And people were scattering everywhere, right? So that happens. So the minister goes to her job. First he called our pastor, then he calls the police to make sure. He said, well, okay, I'm gonna call you back. He said, I'm gonna go check it out. So he gets there and then he calls me. After he checked out what happens, he said, yeah, when I got there, they had the sheet over her. She is dead. I said, God, to be more careful. That shook my soul so bad. But the God honest truth, y'all, I kind of saw it coming because that man had felt that that girl had used him so bad and basically pooped on him after she got what she wanted out of him. He felt it necessary to kill her. He felt it necessary to kill her. So he calls her mother. After he told me he called the mother first or after me, whoever, he calls her mother and tells her mother, yeah, I just killed your daughter and watch out because y'all could be next. Y'all just use me. That's a true story. Yep. He went to jail. I had to go to court, you guys. And this is how they play with your mental. I had to go to court for it. And I felt so bad for him. He called me after he killed her. Wait, let me back up. After he killed, I told you he called me and told me. Then I called the police because I was like, dang, I got to tell the police too. I called the police come to my home and they sitting there and they said, well, when was the last time you heard from him? I said, he called me this morning and told me that he killed her. The police asked me, are you sure she's dead? I said, sir, according to him, he stabbed her several times and blood was spurting everywhere and she hit the ground. So I'm assuming he dead. I said, and the pastor called me and told me he dead. I said, he said he's going to call me back because now I'm like, damn, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. So he calls me back. They said, well, if he calls you back, keep him on hold or something like that, or keep talking to him. We gonna try to, locate him. I said, okay, call him. I'm a nervous wreck now, y'all. I'm so nervous. I'm caught in the middle of this. You done killed my friend, and I feel for you because I liked you, because I saw the good qualities. And I know that that man felt that he had been used and abused and beaten down by this girl and just thrown away. And it was eating him like a cancer. I tell you, every day he thought about it. So anywho, I got to go to trial and stuff. After that, he calls me back. He says, sis, don't look for me because, I was in the military and they not going to find me. So there's no need for them to come looking for me when I get ready to give myself up. I was, but I was in the military and I know how to hide, right? All that took place. So I don't know. So anyway, of course, he gets life in jail. He gets life in jail. And when I had to go to court, and this is how they play with your mental. So I get on the witness stand. I'm already nervous. I see my pastor, my minister. I see him. He's frail and he's looking bad and he could hardly look at me, y'all. And I just didn't even want to look at him. So I tried not to look at him when I was testifying. But anywho, right in front of, on the witness stand, they have her picture there. Playing with my mental, right? Playing with people mental and their capacity. Had her picture there, and that girl had so many stab wounds on her. I was like blown away. I said, this must be the worst day of my life. And why call me and tell me you killed her? Yep, that's a true story. So we got to be very careful in relationships, how toxic they get. We need to know when to back out of them. First, if you think you could get counseling, seek counseling. And if you can't, walk away, but please be very safe because people not playing. You cannot play with people's feelings. You can't do that. And she did it, you guys. And of course, I'm sad that my friend is dead. However, I seen this man deteriorating, but I didn't know he was going to kill her. I really didn't, But when he said, oh, I done effed up, sis, I killed her, I was like, huh? Good morning. Thank you, baby. Appreciate that, J Mark. Yeah. Well, you guys, I got to get off here. Miss T have to work today. Oh, let's read this though. Yeah. So if you guys have a good story like that, please drop it. We're not here to judge. We only here to help and just to talk if you want to talk about it. But yeah, so it was bad too. It was just a bad situation. Everything's to play with. Yeah. And people shouldn't do that. If you don't want somebody, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. There's no need for you to beat them down. There's no need for you to call them names and do all that stuff. Just leave them alone. Let me tell you something. They say this, and I don't know how true it is, that there is someone for everyone. That person may not be for you. But then remember on the mental thing, we said when we meet people, we get so caught up into we don't even see their flaws because we want them to be perfect. And in most relationships, and correct me if I'm wrong, in most relationships, if you meet somebody, and you guys are kicking it and everything's going good and you're really getting into this person and you fall in love with this person for whatever reason, for all the good or all the good they said or done, then you love that person, right? So now when stuff start getting shaky and that person's not that person anymore and your relationship is shifting, most of the time you're only staying because you want that old person back, but you may never get that old person back for what reason, for one reason or another. You may not get them back, but that's what you hoping. I'm staying here because I remember when he was good to me and our family, we was doing so great and did. So I'm just going to give my husband another chance. I'm just going to give my boyfriend another chance. I'm just going to give my girlfriend another chance because women are abusers too. Now, I done seen some women, baby. I done seen some doozy of women beat the heck out of men and abuse the heck out of men, you know, physically and mentally. So I'm not just saying men are abusers, women are abusers are as well. But you hoping that person get back to the person they were when you met them and when you didn't even want to look at their flaws because we get red flags right away, but we don't want to see a person for what they truly are because we want to fall in love. We want to have a relationship. Okay, guys, I got to go, but I really, really appreciate you stopping in. Thank you, Gemologist. You did an excellent job as usual. Much love to you guys. I appreciate it. If you have a suggestion, Gemologist, can you please drop my email, please? Drop my email right quick. Please hit me up behind the scenes and we can go into a group form of a chat on something you may see, something you want us to read, some movie you might want us to look at. Gemologist, can you drop my I'll do it. I think. Oh no, that ain't it. Hold on. See, I get them confused. You gotta create so many of these things. But maybe I didn't send it. I probably didn't send them to you, Red. I might have sent the information to Ben's, but here it is, you guys. That's my email. Redbone, I probably didn't send the information to you, sweetheart. I'll get it to you when I go upstairs. I'll send it to you. I think I sent my email, Cash App, and all that information, my Instagram to Ben's thinker. Sorry, baby. Except charge it to my head and not to my heart. But there it is. But if you want a topic that you want to talk about, you guys, then drop me an email and we'll discuss it and we'll go from there. But again, I am here for a different reason. I got dropped in the somehow I dropped in the beef sector, but I'm not here for the beef. Okay. What did they say? That's their own. That there one I email. Yeah, I know you, but okay, baby, I wanted you to drop it in here, but I did anyway. So here's my email. So, have a great weekend, sis. Love you. I'll hear from you in a minute. Captivating Christian, keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing in politics. I love it. I love it. I love it. Captivating, I'm gonna have to get you on this platform because I want to know between Biden and Bernie what you think. I have my own thoughts, and some of us seasoned people rock with certain people for a certain reason. But anyhow, we'll get into that. Thank you all for joining my chat. Please hit like on your way out. Thanks, Red Bones. You got it. like on your way out. Have a blessed and a phenomenal day and a weekend. And remember, because it happened as soon as I left my life yesterday, when I had to call and make a payment, that I lifted someone's spirits. I sure did. She said, I'm sure glad. She said, you made me laugh. You made my day. And it was just me being me. Remember to be a blessing and not a bother to somebody. Keep positive vibes. Be ready to deal with whatever you have to deal with on an intellectual level. Your brain is powerful. Your mind is a powerful thing. Don't waste it. Okay? So, God bless you and goodbye. Oh, no. A sister can't leave here. A sister can't leave here without taking us out with our music. What's up with Miss T? Redbone did an excellent job. I know, girl, they was trying to come for you yesterday, but you put them in check, my baby. I saw you. I saw you put them in check. Yeah, they thought they was gonna come in here and mess with you, but they couldn't take it. You put them in check. Benj did too. Let's get ready to go out on my theme music. Again, thanks everybody for joining me. Yep, I appreciate all who come and chat. Drop a comment. I told you the comments I like to read to help me grow. Yeah, I didn't get the bush done. God's got this. I'm just here. I'm just here, baby. Doing the job. Oh, I could dance. Ask Queen Diva. Oh, I could dance. And I think I'm cute. But see, you know, that's that slow. You got to slow move on them. Thank you, Denise Diaz. I haven't seen you, but thank you, sweetheart. You have a great day as well. All right, baby. My girl said I'm out for 3 people. I got this. I know you got this. You know. Yeah. Thank you, Coach Renee. I'm going to really try to. I told you every day, you know, I'm a work in progress, but I'm going to do the job that he who sent me to do. I didn't even know I was supposed to do this, but thank you, Lord, for leading me. Thank you, Red Bones. Again, thank you, baby, for modding for me. You know, a lot of times I go out and, girl, they ain't ready for us, but I'm going to leave it at that. They not ready for us. I got to get ready for 12 hours. I got to get ready. I'm not ready either, but I did get some rest. I did well in bowling last night, so I was happy. And I started to jump on live, and I was like, nah, let it go, baby. Don't let nobody, you know, make you lose any sleep in here. Well, you all, you know, that's the end of it, so y'all know I'm about to get out here. Y'all. Thank you, baby. Look at this. I'm special. Thank you, baby. Goodbye, y'all. Goodbye, because y'all know I ain't downloaded. Goodbye. Blessings to all.